Hi everyone, it's Friday night, the 24th of July, and day 206 of Living the Dream. I can't believe it's already Friday again. The power statement I wrote out last night for this morning said the following: I will continue studying how to set up a good Facebook ad and take good notes on it so I have them to refer back to when I need to see them again and again and again. So exciting. I've had a week of searching out video tutorials on how to build and run an effective Facebook ad, as well as how to set up my Facebook account and certain pages within it. It's been a fun and exciting process of learning, of course. And so here's what I put down for my to-do list for today. Where's that at? Here we go. Not a very long one. Number one, most important task was to finish that studying and finding some specific tutorials that I can use and also share with my beginner entrepreneurs. Fun task was the same thing. The exciting task was the same thing. That's what I've been focused on. Then my accounts and my emails, etc. Bam, done. Like I said, my most important task for today, once again, was to continue searching for and studying videos on how to set up a good Facebook ad. It's been saturating my brain. I've been taking notes on it so that I can have it available whenever I need to go to my do-it-yourself file. It's so great. Both my fun tasks and my exciting tasks were the same thing today, like I said, and I'm continuing in that process. And I did find a couple of tutorials that I'm going to look into even more tomorrow, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Croy asks, get honest with yourself, Marty. What didn't go well today? Or what could you have done better today? Did you wake up early and start strong? On my Friday morning, 6:30, 6:45, I was up and going, cold water in my face, bam! High-low prayer reaches and my swinging arm hugs and my high-low bend overs and touch the ground to get my back stretched, and it's just great. So I started my morning with power. Were you productive throughout your day? Yes. Did you get the most important things done? Check, check, check. Did you move your goals forward? Absolutely. And did you show up as the person you wanted to today? I've been so focused on that, and that's how I wanted to be today and all through this week, and so it's been a great week. What about your personal time with Catherine? We had a great Friday night date, and were you present? Absolutely. I'd be able to turn it off pretty much. There's still a few things floating there, but I turned it off and focused on her. It was a great evening. In summary of these get honest with yourself questions, I asked this: were you honest with yourself about today's task, Marty? Did you keep your commitments and the promises that you made to yourself this morning? The only promise I made to myself this morning was to learn, and that's what I've been doing. I'm learning a lot, and I think it's going to be it's going to come in handy in the weeks and months and years to come, not only for my first campaign right now, but every time I do one. And each time one of my beginner entrepreneurs stops and asks me, how do I do an effective Facebook ad? I'll be able to speak with real experience because I'm not speaking from fluff out there. I'm going to have the music behind my words because I've done it myself. The next question is, what movies did you watch in your mind today, Marty? Did you take time to do your favorite 5? I sure did. And were there new movies today? Video after video after video on Facebook and YouTube. Absolutely. After I watched my must-see TV favorite movies, like I said, I spent the rest of the day searching for and then watching YouTube videos on about Facebook ads, and even now starting on YouTube ads. And I still have a ways to go. I really do think that, but I'm gaining confidence as I have learned so much about this medium and how to set things up and what's the best way to do it and so forth. Next, Croy asked, was there anything that didn't go well today, Marty? In other words, do you think that there was something that will make all the difference going forward if you make that change and put it into practice for the next days going forward? Even if your day goes sideways doing it, you still feel like you accomplished great things. What would that one thing be? Well, here's the fact of the matter. Because I really had no knowledge of this process before now, the goal to increase my knowledge on Facebook ads and YouTube ads and everything involved with them has been exciting. I'm sure I'm going to still make mistakes, though, going forward. But it's the process of tweaking and making it and seeing it and doing it and A/B testing and all that kind of thing that's going to help it become to where I'll finally hone in on one from all those mistakes and tweaking that will be one that hits it out of the park. And then it's just scaling. So I'm excited about that. Like I've been saying, I think pushing forward and tweaking these kind of experiences it's going to be the biggest key to my success on Facebook ads for my business and for those beginner entrepreneurs that I coach. And so for my power statement tomorrow, I said this: I will stay focused on the goal of becoming an expert on how to set up a Facebook ad and a good YouTube ad. I'm so excited about that. I'm not an expert, but I think over time and months and years to come, I'll become an expert that will give confidence to those I coach and to myself going forward. Next, they came up with this question: were there any mistakes or failures that I had today that I can turn into a tool of success? Well, once again, no failures today, nor did I make any mistakes, and that's because I'm simply pressing forward in my studying about setting up Facebook ads and YouTube ads. So there hasn't been anything I can turn into a tool of success yet. But like I said yesterday, I will always watch for an opportunity to do that because I want to add to my success toolbox every way I can. The next success or question that I should ask is, what was your biggest success today, Marty? In other words, what did you do well today? Well, I think my biggest success today was I actually found a couple of YouTube tutorial videos that are fantastic. They give full-on instructions for nearly 40 minutes on one of them, 28 I think on the other, on setting up a Facebook ad step by step by step. And I also found one that showed you how to set up a YouTube ad. And they weren't salesy, pitchy type things. There wasn't some big bait and switch at the end. It was all just giving up the story of doing that. I have to go through them a couple more times tomorrow so that I can pick up the few of the notes that I didn't have time for today and the key points and where things were and what's the next step and the next step and the next step and a few thoughts on that. That was fantastic. As well as a couple of recommended programs. One was mentioning InVideo, INVIDEO, which he uses to create videos right there and pop it into his Facebook ad, into his YouTube ads. It's quite exciting. It really looks much easier than what I've been doing for my videos, so I'm going to really check it out, and I'll use it if I find it to be really, really helpful. The next step of my end of the day success routine is to rate my day's effort. And so I gave today a 5, one more time, because again, I worked very slow at the speed of 5, studying and listening and replaying and searching and clicking and searching and watching and stopping and going, listening and taking notes and thinking things through. And my goal now is to learn the whys and the how-tos about setting up a Facebook ad and how to set up a YouTube ad, and then getting enough practice under my belt that I can feel comfortable explaining it to others. And in time, I'll become the expert that I know I can be for my beginning experts. So bam, I'm doing it. Okay, I want to end the day strong. Here's what I'm grateful for today. I'm grateful for the principle, and the fact is that we have all heard it said many times, and that is, all that we can ever do is our best, imperfect though it may be. All we can ever do is our best, imperfect though it may be. In other words, I would rather try to succeed and fail than try to do nothing and to succeed. Isn't that the fact? Before any of us succeeds or makes that big sale that puts us on top of the world for weeks, months, or even years, we will all suffer dozens of disappointments, rejections, and refusals. That's the fact. Just accept it. It will never be done perfectly, no matter what it is that we're trying to do, and no matter who we are, and no matter what we're doing. There are going to be disappointments and rejections, but we can pick ourselves up, dust ourselves, and keep on going. All that we can ever do is our best, imperfect though it may be, but it is better to attempt to reach a goal and to reach an imperfect result than to not attempt it at all. Let me repeat that. It is better to attempt to reach a goal and to reach an imperfect result than not to attempt it at all. Just because you want perfection, but it's going to be imperfect because we're imperfect people, the best effort for an imperfect result is far better than to just let it by and fear about ever doing anything and not attempt anything at all. That's a fact. As we take action now and work to reach our full potential, we must not permit ourselves to be deterred by the critics around us. Next, I want to say this. I'm grateful for the law of praise versus criticism. Giving someone lavish praise, especially in front of their peers, is at the heart of this law of success called praise. Expressing warm approval and admiration of others is and always will be powerful, and it's infusing people with power. It's so fantastic. However, there will always be that percentage of the population that takes pleasure. Indeed, they take delight in pointing out to the rest of us the imperfection of what we're doing or did. Yet we need only remember that we are by our nature imperfect. So let them say it. We claim to be nothing more. As much the results that we obtain are bound to be imperfect, as such, that's what it says. As such, the results that we obtain are bound to be imperfect as well. But most results, imperfect though they may be, are better than no results at all. Most results, imperfect though they may be, are better than no results at all. Press forward. At least fall forward and get up. Fall forward and get up. Fall forward and get up. There are few who have the right to criticize. Only those who stand by our side, on the firing line, and who suffer the same challenges that we're going through, they are the only ones that possess the right to criticize. Next, I'm grateful for the man named Theodore Roosevelt. Here's what he said: only those who are with us in the arena, with soiled hands and sweaty brows and a sense of purpose and with daring and dedication, only those may critique us. Fantastic. I like that message. I also like the message behind this following quote: the dogs bark, but the caravan moves on. Moving on and pressing forward, even when you hear the screams of criticism being hurled from the crowd around us, is definitely part of what I call living the dream. It's what it's all about. Whew! I never want to forget that, nor should you. Anyway, once again, it's time to close this off. I'll be back here tomorrow night at my laptop, continuing my journey to business alignment. But until then, I wish all of you continued success. Good night.